Okay, so on this video I'm going to work through 3 of these problems using substitution. Okay, I'm going to use the substitution method. Okay, this is the second method that we learned that's going to help us solve for the solution of a system of equations. So let's go ahead and start with number 1. The first thing I want to do when I'm using substitution is I want to find whichever variable is going to be easiest to solve for. So when we're solving for a variable, we want it by itself and we want it positive. So are there any variables in number 1 that are by themselves and positive? That y right here is by itself and positive. So let's solve for that y in that equation. So 2x plus y equals 4. I just rewrote that equation. So I'm going to solve for this y. That means I'm going to get rid of that 2x. So I'm going to subtract 2x minus 2x. So I've got y equals negative 2x plus 4. So now when we've solved for y, what we're going to do with this, we're going to take what y equals and we're going to plug it into the equation that we never used, okay? One equation we've already used to solve for y. We're going to plug this y into the other equation. So what I always say to do is just start writing the other equation. 3x plus 2 and then stop when you're about to write y. See, we solved for y, so we're going to stop when we're about to write y. And instead of writing y, we're going to write what y equals, which is negative 2x plus 4. So put a parentheses, negative 2x plus 4. And then keep writing the rest of the equation, equals 1. So you see how I just rewrote this exact equation? Except instead of putting y here, I put what y equals, which is negative 2x plus 4. Now I can solve this. Now I see a lot of people, before they actually distribute that positive 2 into the parentheses, they try to combine the positive 3x and the negative 2x. So first distribute, then you can combine, okay? So we're going to have 3x plus, actually it's going to be minus, so we've got positive 2 and a negative 2x. So minus 4x minus 4x, and then positive 2 times positive 4 plus 8 equals 1. Alright, so now I've got 3x minus 4x. Now we can combine like terms. That's going to be negative x plus 8 equals 1. Let's get rid of that 8. So subtract 8 from each side. Minus 8 minus 8. So I've got negative x. Keep our work a little organized. Negative x equals negative 7. 1 minus 8 is negative 7. Then divide by negative 1. Divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1. And that's so we can have a positive x. So we'll have positive x equals positive 7. Now when we've gotten to this point, we can take this, and we're almost to the finish line. Take it, plug it back into whichever equation you want. Usually I would say the easiest one. That looks like the first one to me. The first one looks pretty easy to me. Alright, so if x equals 7, then instead of writing x, I'm going to start writing this equation, 2, and then instead of writing x, I'm going to write what x equals. X equals 7. 7 plus y equals 4. So look, I rewrote that equation, and instead of writing this x right here, I put a 7. Because that is what x equals. X equals 7. Alright, and now I can solve this for y. So I've got 14 plus y equals 4. I'm going to subtract 14 from each side. Minus 14. Again, keep it organized. So y equals negative 10. And that's my answer. So I've got an x equals something and a y equals something. Write your answer. Oops. Write your answer like this, like you would where two graphs intersect, right? Because you can solve systems graphically. You can write it like that also. Alright? Now if I wanted to check this, I can, pretty much what I'm saying is that 7, negative 10, or when x equals 7 and y equals negative 10, that satisfies both of these equations. So instead of writing it, I'll just say it. Okay, so if x equaled 7, so I'd have 2 times 7, which is 14, plus a negative 10. So 14 minus 10 equals 4. So 14 minus 10 equals 4. That's true. That works out. Let's see if it works for the other one. And this is just checking. So 7 times 3, which is 21, plus 2 times negative 10. So 2 times negative 10 is negative 20. So 21 minus 20 equals 1. 21 minus 20 does equal 1. So that works out also. Alright, so I'm running out of time. I'm going to go ahead and work, let's see, which one looks harder? I'm going to work number 3 because it looks a little bit harder to me. So again, I look at number 3 and I say, alright, which variable is going to be easiest to solve for? I think that's this variable right here. Positive y. It's already positive, it's already by itself. It doesn't get easier than that. So I've got 2x plus y equals 5. I'm going to go ahead and subtract 2x from each side. Those are going to cancel. I'm going to have positive y equals negative 2x plus 5. So I solve for y. Now I take what I solved for and I plug it in to the other equation. So I solve for y, and instead of writing y in this other equation, I'm going to write negative 2x plus 5. So let's start writing that other equation. We've got 3x minus 3. Now instead of writing y, I'm going to write negative 2x plus 5. That's going to be equal to 3. So all I did was, instead of writing y here, I put what y equals, negative 2x plus 5. Now let's simplify this. So I've got 3x, and a lot of people miss this. Look guys, it's a negative 3. Negative 3, okay? It's not a positive 3. So when you distribute, you have to multiply these things by a negative 3. So what's negative 3 times negative 2? Well, that's positive 6x. And what's negative 3 times positive 5? Well, that's negative 15. That's going to be equal to 3. Now we can solve this. So we've got 9x, right? Combine like terms, these two things right there. 9x minus 15 equals 3. Going to add 15 to both sides. Plus 15 plus 15. 9x equals 18. See, these are going to cancel. My 9x is going to come down. 3 plus 15 is 18. Divide by 9. Divide by 9. X equals 2. So we've solved for x. Let's take that, plug it back into the easiest equation, which I think is going to be the top one. So I'm going to plug it back into here. So now instead of writing x, I'm going to write 2, what x equals, which is 2, right here, right? X equals 2, so 2 times 2 plus y equals 5. So I've got 4 plus y equals 5. Well, I've got minus 4 on each side, minus 4, because I'm solving for y. I'm trying to get y by itself. So those are going to cancel. This y is going to come down. Y equals 5 minus 4. 1. And if you plug that back into one of these equations up here, see y equals 1. If you plug that back into one of these equations, say you plug it into this 3x minus 3y equals 3. So that's pretty much saying that 3 times 2, which is 6, minus 3 times 1, so 6 minus 3 equals 3. Sure enough, that's true. And it'll also work if you plug it into the top one. If it doesn't work on both of them, then that means it's not a solution. So 2 comma 1, there's another way of writing it. So hopefully that was helpful. Again, I have a class that's about to start, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up there and bring in any questions to tutoring. My tutoring hours, guys, they're on the website, but Tuesday, Thursday after school, Wednesday, Friday before school, okay? And then I'll work with you if you have any other things that you need help with or you can't make either of those times. Okay, so good luck and thanks for watching.